Whipping up all of your favorite recipes. Simply Food.
You should know by now that you're in for a treat.
Simply Food.
There's no other channel where you'd rather be.
Simply Food. Seafood, pasta, cakes, and pies. Sing and laugh and even cry. Like and share and hit subscribe. Simply Food by TY.
What's up, you guys? It's your boy Simply Food by TY, and today I am here to do another product review on a fabulous company called Emmy Eats, which is a top ramen company. Okay, now the one thing that's setting these people apart is they are, number one, plant-based, and it's very, very high in protein. Note that they have 3 different flavors: a spicy beef, a tom yum shrimp, and a black garlic chicken flavor. Now, one thing in particular that I would really like to make sure that I mention about this company in particular is that they are plant-based and that the protein in this is so extremely high, which sets this ramen completely apart from any other type of ramen that's out there that's on the market. As you can see, the ingredients are really, really clean. The sodium in these are drastically lower than most ramen. And, you know, their mission statement is to simply capture the same satisfying ramen feeling with the makeover of better ingredients and crafted flavors for a more nutritious and equally delicious bowl. Now, the best thing about ramen is you guys know that with ramen, you can add lots of things to it to really make it a full meal. You know, pork belly, chicken, shrimp, beef, different vegetables. You can do all of those things. But today, I'm going to try it just plain as is so that I can give you guys a real and honest review. As you can see, the ramen itself, before it's even cooked, pretty much looks just like ramen that we're used to, that comes right out of the pack. They have the spice pack taped right onto it. I followed the instructions to a T on the back. I added 2 cups of water. I brought that up to a boil. I added the ramen in there. I let that boil for exactly 7 minutes. At the 7-minute mark, I removed the ramen, placed that into a bowl, and it tells you to add 1 cup of that residual liquid and then add in the seasoning pack. As you can see, it does cook up just like regular ramen. So far, I was pretty impressed at this point because it pretty much looked the exact same. So now I'm going to go on ahead and add in, you know, that seasoning pack, which is what we're all very used to. I'm also going to add in that 1 cup of water. And then I'm going to go on ahead, give this a good old mix around. And then when I come back, we are going to give this a taste test so that I can give you guys my honest review, because at the end of the day, you know, when you are a gastric bypass patient, there's a lot of things that you're going to want to enjoy, but you must find healthier versions. Even if you're not a gastric bypass patient, even if you're on, you know, a weight loss journey or just in general trying to have healthier options, you know, this would be great. You know, this isn't something that we would eat every day, but if you're craving ramen, why not have ramen that's plant-based, and why not have ramen that is high, super high, I really would say, in protein. So let me finish mixing this up, and then when I come back, I'm going to give you guys my taste test review. All right, y'all. So instead of me waiting until they're all done, because I want to make sure that I'm giving these a fair chance, I'm going to try the black garlic chicken one right away. So once again, that is this one here. And this one has 22 grams of protein, 6 grams of net carbs. So I'm going to go on ahead and I'm just going to give this one a shot. And we're going to see how this tastes. First things first, I want to start off with a smell test. Smell-wise, it smells really good. It's definitely giving off a garlic smell, that's for sure. This is the ramen here. You guys just saw me put the seasoning pack in there. So this is the ramen. I will say, let me turn this down just a little bit. Is that a little bit better? I will say that I can already tell that the texture of these noodles are going to be very, very different from any type of ramen that I've ever had before. I can tell they're a little bit more on the firm side. They don't look as soft. But let's just go in and let's give it a try. Here we go. All right, first taste test. Okay. Okay. Let's give the soup a taste. Okay, let's come right back and let's review. Okay, so for the black garlic chicken, I like the broth. I think the broth is pretty good. I think that the broth could be heightened way more in flavor. You guys might hear the water boiling in the background because I'm preparing the next one, so hopefully that's not too distracting. But I think the broth itself is good. The texture of the ramen itself is definitely something that you would have to get used to. I think in order for this to be a real success, I think they really have to kick up the flavor profile in the broth itself so that it can kind of take away that distraction from the texture of the pasta. But I'm definitely looking forward to trying the other ones, so let's go on ahead and let's cook up the other ones and I'll be back in a moment. Alrighty, so now that we got that one all done, we're gonna go on ahead and move over to that spicy beef, and I'm just gonna follow the exact same steps once again. Cooked it, boiled it in 2 cups of water. I added in just 1 cup of that residual liquid, and I added in the seasoning mix. Now I'm gonna give that a good mix around. Now, as you guys just heard me say about the texture of the noodles, now the one thing I didn't experiment with was seeing if I cooked it longer than 7 minutes, would it in fact get softer? I did not do that because I wanted to make sure that this review was specifically based off of the packaging. So, you know, if I were you, I would maybe play around with it and, you know, cook it for a little bit longer and see if it does in fact get a little bit softer, because it does have that chewy texture to it. All right, y'all, so the next one up is going to be the spicy beef. So let's give this one a try. So let me get up close so that you guys can see this again. As you can see, this broth is a lot darker. So it's definitely giving off a nice beefy smell. It smells good. Now, of course, the texture of the ramen is going to be the same for all of them. And as you guys have noticed, you know, I did not add any embellishments to any of these because I honestly think that's cheating. At the end of the day, what we're testing is the product that they gave us, not what I'm able to add to it to make it taste better. I want to taste what it is that they are selling. So that's the reason why I didn't add any pork belly. I didn't add any, you know, green onion. I didn't add hoisin sauce. I didn't add eggs. I didn't add seaweed. I didn't add any of that stuff because at the end of the day, what they're selling is this ramen. So that's what I want to taste. All right, here we go. Let's try it again. I'm not going to eat that much because I just don't want to. Here we go. Okay, let's try the broth. Woo! Okay. So far, the spicy beef is definitely my favorite. The broth in this is absolutely fantastic. Once again, you'll definitely have to get used to the texture of these noodles because they're very, very different. But this broth for the spicy beef, so far, this is #1 for me. Let's now get ready to move on to the, I think it's called the Tom Yum, the shrimp ramen. All right, so like so far, you know, I'm not mad at these products. I mean, it's coming along well. We're moving on to that last one, which is the shrimp, which is interesting because I'm really looking forward to this one because when I get regular top ramen, shrimp and chicken is usually what I always get, and I always mix them together for some reason. I never really got beef for some reason. I would always get shrimp and or chicken, and then I would just mix them together. So I'm definitely looking forward to this one. So once again, cooked it the same, 2 cups of water, added in the 1 cup of water, added in the seasoning pack, give it a good mix around. The other thing I would say is maybe also allow these to kind of steep into that broth a little bit longer. I ate them immediately, so that might make a big difference. All right, y'all, so now we are going to be trying the Tom Yum shrimp. You guys see that? All right, so this is our last one. So let me give you guys a close-up of this broth. You guys saw me mix it up. This one has definitely more of a yellow tint to it. Let's do the smell test. Interesting. This is the shrimp one, but strangely enough, this broth actually smells more like the chicken broth from the regular top ramen. This smells more like chicken, even more so than their black garlic chicken. So I'm really interested to see if this actually tastes like shrimp at all. So let's try a little bit. You guys know I can't even really eat a lot of pasta, so I'm just gonna have a little bit and then try out the broth itself. Okay, let's try the broth. I cannot put my finger on what that tastes like, but it does not taste like shrimp whatsoever. But this broth is delicious, without a doubt. Does not taste like seafood or shrimp at all, but this tastes very, very good. I can't put my finger on what this tastes like, but this one's good. Okay, so let's chat about all of these together. I'll be right back. So as I was saying, you guys, I'm going to talk about these individually now. So the top yum shrimp is 22 grams of protein, 5 grams of net carbs. This is the ramen here. As I said, I think the flavor for this was actually really, really good. It does not taste like shrimp or seafood to me at all, but the flavor profile is really, really great. So for this one, I would definitely give that one an A+. The spicy beef, I think, is still my favorite thus far. That one has 21 grams of protein, 5 grams of net carbs. The broth for this one was really, really good. It had a nice kick to it. Definitely also give that one an A+. Now, in regards to the black garlic chicken, this one has 22 grams of protein, 6 grams of net carbs. Now, this particular one I think could use way more flavor in the broth itself, but overall, it's pretty decent. None of them are nasty. The one thing I will say, as I stated individually for each of these, you definitely will have to get used to the texture of the ramen itself. This is not like your normal ramen where the ramen is going to be nice and soft. This ramen definitely has way more of a bite to it, so you'll have to get used to that. Now, as I stated, I did not add any embellishments to any of these because, you know, for me, it's important to try out the product by itself before adding any embellishments. So because it's pretty good on its own, I know if I were to add other ingredients to it, like pork belly, you know, other peppers, seaweed, you know, eggs, hoisin sauce, some other spices, I know that it would be absolutely delicious and still be a great, healthier option than the normal ramen that we are used to eating. So overall, Emmy, I think you've done a great job. Slight modifications here and there that I would make, but overall, I would give this product a try out. I'm going to put the link for this product down in my description box below so that you guys can check them out if you want. And, you know, make sure you tag Emmy in your post and also tag me and let me know what you guys think. I'll talk to y'all soon. Bye, guys.
Slaying in the kitchen.
Simply Food by TY.
We hope that you enjoyed it.
Simply Food by TY. If you haven't took the time, make sure you subscribe. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Simply